One business owner got approved for a $20,000 business credit card, and they didn't upload a single financial document to do it. No tax returns, no bank statements, no years of bookkeeping, just stated income. They literally walked a few hundred feet down to their nearest branch, emailed in their articles of organization while they were on their way, and answered a few standard questions, and then they walked out with a brand new business checking account and a credit card application in motion. 24 minutes after leaving the bank, they got a call saying that you've been approved for a $20,000 limit. So coming up, you're gonna see how to get approved with just stated income, a hidden play that could turn one branch visit into $100,000 in total funding, a step-by-step method to boost up your internal bank score and unlock those higher limits. And if you don't live near a branch, I'll show you exactly how to get in with a legal proven workaround. Oh, and before I forget, I put together a no PG business card master list with 25 plus cards and counting on it. So with these cards, you never have to worry about high credit usage tanking your personal credit score because it never even shows up on your personal credit report. So there's no hard credit pulls, your score stays untouched, there's no personal guarantee, so you're not personally responsible for the debt. And here's a big one. If your business ever struggles and you have to shut it down, you can walk away debt free. So if you want instant access to that no PG business card master list, just hit the link below. Let's be honest, in a world where you can order sushi, sign contracts and DM your therapist without leaving your couch, the idea of physically going into a bank feels pretty old. But with First Citizens Bank, that extra step could actually be worth your time. So here's what they did to get approved. They called a branch just 800 feet away from where they were staying. The banker picked up and explained that First Citizens is a relationship focused bank. They typically don't take on new business clients without a referral. So the caller leaned in. They explained their business background, shared how they'd been operating, listed the trade lines already reporting, and emphasized that they were opening the account to build a long-term relationship, not just chasing a credit card. That simple but honest pitch worked. The banker said, "Come on in." And when they were walking over, they emailed their articles of organization, and the banker started filling out the application before they even stepped through the door. When they arrived, here's what they needed. They needed their articles of organization, which they already emailed in advance. They needed their business EIN and social security number for identification purposes. They needed one ID, which is a driver's license that worked for them. And they needed $100 in cash, just enough to open the checking account. And here's a pro tip. Because you're going to be doing this in person, you want to bring cash with you. They had to hit the ATM to fund their account because card payments weren't accepted. Now, there are a few oddball compliance questions they had to answer, like is 80% of your income from one client and any foreign public officials in your family? But otherwise, the questions were simple and fast. And here's the best part. The banker handled the credit card application on the back end and called 24 minutes later with great news. They got approved for a $20,000 credit limit. And let's just talk about why the First Citizens credit card, the business card, could be great for business owners. Now, first, this is a big one. It comes with 0% interest for 9 months. It's basically free money for 3 full quarters. It's going to be perfect if you want to stock up on inventory, run ad campaigns, upgrade your gear, or just get breathing room without paying a dime in interest. And here's how the rewards break down. You get 5% back on utilities and wireless phone bills for the first 12 months. And then after that, those drop to 3% ongoing. Then you get 2% back on gas and office supplies, and then 1% back on everything else. There's no rewards cap, and those rewards are good for 3 years. And your whole team can help you earn because authorized users can earn rewards too. And you also get a $100 bonus. That's really an easy win if you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days. Now, it's not massive, but if you're already spending for your business, it's just free money again here. Now, let's get into the data points, the real approval data points that we all want to know about. First, let's start with the credit bureau that they pulled. So the banker stated that they pull all three, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, and the bank combines personal and business credit to create an internal score. But the person who got approved stated only one bureau was hard pulled, but never actually said which one. Now, the personal credit scores they had were FICO 8, TransUnion 752, Experian 746, and Equifax 753. Their personal utilization was 35.6 overall. They had higher utilization on their 0% cards using the avalanche payoff method. There was no recent derogatories or late payments reported. Their business credit scores were DNB Paydex at 80, and they had 6 trade lines reporting. There were Staples, Quill, Granger, Uline, Office Depot, and NAV. They had an Experian business score of 67 and Equifax business of 380. They felt like that was low, but they were still approved, likely due to limited trade lines. As far as their business was concerned, they had been in business since 2003. The LLC was formed in 2014, and they used an S Corp tax election in 2016. Their EIN was provided at the time of application. Articles of organization were emailed to the banker before they arrived, and they funded the business with $100 using an ATM withdrawal. Their existing business cards were a Citizens Business Platinum card with a $25,000 limit, 35% used. Then they had an MBKC, which is an Elon-backed bank with a $3,000 limit, 47% used. And they had Ameris Bank, which is also Elon-backed. That was another $3,000 credit limit with 47% used. Now let's talk about how First Citizens Bank really gets interesting. If you time things right, you can walk in for one product and then walk out with two major approvals using just one hard credit pull. So when you open a business checking account, you can apply for both a business credit card up to $50,000 and a business line of credit also up to $50,000 at the same time. And the best part is that they'll combine it into one single hard inquiry. So you're not racking up multiple dings on your personal credit. That means more funding and less credit damage. And this matters so much because this move gives you access to up to $100,000 in total business funding without submitting tax returns, uploading financials, going through endless underwriting. You know, the credit card gives you rewards at 0% APR and that payment buffer. And then the line of credit is going to give you flexible on-demand cash when you need it. So here's the play. What you could do is apply for both products at once to avoid double pulls. So what you can do is seed your account with $5,000 to $10,000 up front to build trust. You want to treat this like a long-term relationship, not just a quick cash grab. And let me let you in on a secret little hack that could completely change how banks view you, especially when you're looking to unlock higher funding limits. It's called building your internal bank score, and it's just not talked about enough. Here's the truth. Most people think once you're approved for a business credit card, that's it, game over. But the real magic, it really happens after the approval when you start planting the seeds for your next round of funding. Now, if you don't have $10,000 just sitting around, don't worry. You don't need to dump a huge amount all at once to build trust with First Citizens. So here's the strategy you can use. Start gradually funding your business accounts over time, ideally over 90 days. That could look like $500 this week, $1,000 next month, and then another $1,500 after that. The key is consistency. You want to make regular deposits, let the funds season and avoid pulling them right back out. This slow build approach still sends strong signals. Banks like First Citizens pay attention to your behavior, not just your balances. They're asking, are you using the account like a real business would? Are you leaving money in, or are you draining it every week? Are you building a relationship or just grabbing a card? So when you open a new checking account and savings account, deposit consistently, even if it's gradual. Let the funds sit and season in that account, and then use the account for things like ACH transfers or vendor payments. It tells them that this isn't just a one and done thing. I'm building something real here. And if your goal is to unlock $50,000 to $100,000 in funding, this is how you do it without needing a huge deposit up front. And most people just rush in for one car and then leave, but that's a missed opportunity. The better strategy is to think long term, move like a real business, and give a bank a real reason to say yes to you. You're gonna leave these states up on screen. Now, if you live out of state, there is a little workaround that you can use. The first thing you got to do is file as a foreign entity. Go to the Secretary of State website for any state First Citizens is in. All right, that's the first thing you got to do. Then register your business as a foreign entity. This just means that you're officially allowed to do business in that state, even if your LLC was formed somewhere else. Then you want to set up a virtual address, like with Alliance Virtual Offices. That's the one that I use. And that's what you can use to set up a real business address in that state. This becomes your local presence. So it's where the bank can send mail and where your registered agent operates. Then you want to appoint a registered agent, and most virtual office services can also act as your registered agent. What they do is they handle any legal documents or official state mail, and it's a common setup for remote LLCs. Now, you do still need to physically go into the branch to complete the application. And it does require a little extra effort, but for the potential of 50 to 100K in no dot business funding, this could be totally worth it. This play works because banks really care about two things. Can they verify you in their system? And do you have a local business presence? So this strategy checks both boxes, and it gives you access to the same powerful funding options as someone living next door to a branch. It's a legal and proven way to expand your business credit reach and then tap into high limit lenders across the country without having to move zip codes. But listen, sometimes you need business funding fast, but you don't have good credit either. If that's you, then you'll need to look for better options. So I just got pre-approved for a $32,500 business loan from PayPal PayPal. And here's the crazy part. You can get approved even with bad credit. So click on the next video right here to see exactly how people are getting approved even while they're still fixing their credit, and how you could have the money sent to your account by the end of the same day you apply. Thank you for watching.